like, it's late.
After he said no, Logan Morris says his 2-year-old asked again. That's when the man behind him in the checkout line grabbed his son's hand, spun him around, and spanked him 3 times.
I didn't know what to think. I was blown away by the situation.
It happened February 6th at the Kroger in Noonan. He says 62-year-old Juan Martinez told him that's how we deal with kids in Mexico.
And I told him that we're not in Mexico. That was really about the only conversation we had.
He quickly got his family out of the store and called police. That's when they had a second to think about what had just happened.
I was shocked. I was scared. Of course, I was angry and defensive. That's my heart.
The 2-year-old's grandmother says she's proud of Logan for protecting his family.
Because it could have gotten really ugly really quickly.
She credits Logan's calm reaction with keeping the situation under control.
I didn't want to start something and it go out of hand and him get hurt in the process.
Logan says he doesn't spank his own kids and is certainly not okay with someone else doing it.
That's my son, and at the end of the day, I'll discipline him how I believe he needs to.
All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Check out the current news playlist, the Real 101 playlist. We all been here before, been in the grocery store, seen the kid acting up and wanted to, regulate the kid real quick. But, it ain't your place. Even if it took a village to raise a kid, strangers don't do that. Miss Johnson on the block or Mr. Jones on the block. People that lived on your block or that was within your community, cool. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, kid was acting up. And it wasn't the mama that was there, it was the father that was there. And he went, oops, upside your head to the baby. He said, that's how we handle shit in Mexico, right? And obviously, they regulated the Mexican man for what he did. Now, a lot of people in the comment section were saying he wasn't right, but he wasn't wrong, right? and I feel him. At the end of the day, the lack of discipline of the kids. I've seen it, and it's easy to say when you're not a parent, but I've seen it. The kid just get on your nerve. You just give them the tablet, and the tablet race the kid because you're trying to accomplish the goal. That could be clean up, that could be work on class, that could just be get a peace of mind in the bathroom. So we've seen it before how you discipline kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it with dogs. You can tell the owners who spend time with their dogs. You can tell the owners who don't spend time with their dogs. Same thing with kids. You can tell the women or the men who spend time with their children and who don't spend time with their children. You know what I'm saying? And I know when this guy helped me train my dog, he professionally trained dogs. And he basically told me, your dog, I'm paraphrasing here, your dog is who he is when you out in public. I'm like, yeah, he be cool at the crib, but we go out in public, he be tripping. He said, you have a problem. Same thing with your children. You know what I'm saying? When you go out in public and they kicking and screaming and you don't never set no boundaries, they grab the fruit snacks. You be like, no, and they start crying and you buy the fruit snacks, you got to nip that shit into the bud. And to be honest, people get tired. People get tired of hearing that shit in the store. They get tired of your kid crying or cussing, or he might throw something at you or kick you in the store. Spend time with your kids. The guy was like, well, I can discipline my kid how I want it. Well, do a better job of it. Usually, you get a pass when the kid's out with the mama, you give it a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because, even with dogs, and I hate to keep making this equation, you can look this up. Female dogs, and I'm willing to bet male dogs also respond better to a man's voice. Look it up. Females for sure. Female dogs respond better and more quicker, and they more on cue with the man's voice. And I think we see that in the household too. You know what I'm saying? We see that in the household too. But at the end of the day, that's becoming a problem in society. Like when y'all go to Chuck E. Cheese and one kid don't know how to share, or one kid take the skee ball and running around the damn arcade with it. Come on, man. It's like we was kind of having this conversation about when are you old enough to take your children to the movie theater? And I think that's a great question. And I really believe, obviously, children movies, cool. But just in general, for something that may or may not hold their attention, like there's a discipline there. And I see a lot of women that raise their kids and they cuss, they don't. And usually when you have a man that's there, that doesn't happen. How many times we see on the internet with a baby twerking and the daddy come in and he checked that? So for a lot of women who think they just want to raise their kid on their own, and then you want to go out here and you look at the youth, the man is the discipline, the man is the structure. Without the structure and the discipline, ain't no foundation for nothing. You building the foundation on something that can't sustain the weight of this community that you about to build. So, the father, he ain't tripping. And guess what? The father couldn't have put hands on the guy. Hey, the guy was a 62-year-old man. Be your child right there. So what if you and the father got the old man get to tussling and the baby get hurt or something like that? So I commend the father for, whatever. But most people gonna react and put hands on the 62-year-old man, and something could happen to the baby. Now he could have. Now maybe the mother wasn't there. I forget what he said. But I get it, bro. He shouldn't put his hands, but also on the baby. I definitely agree with that. If the father put hands, foot, and toes on the old man, I really couldn't blame him. Right? But at the end of the day, discipline your kids. Raise your kids better. People get tired of hearing them scream in the store. Remember on the Boondocks when the granddad was tired of that white kid crying, he gave the mama the belt? Like, people just tired of it, bro. You want to go places and, kids going to be kids. They're going to run around, do all that. We get it. We got your kids being belligerent. We got your kids throwing shit down the aisle. We going to the kiddie spots and your kids tearing up the machines and the ride. Like, come on now. That's why I'm a strong advocate. When you procreate with these people, stay with your husband and stay with your wife. Stay with your girl. Your children deserve that, both of that being in the house. And for women, pick better then. Think about it, women. When y'all go have sex with guys, I get it. You want pleasure and all that, but sex is meant for reproduction. Sex is meant for reproduction. So don't forget that. And I definitely understand y'all want to go around and y'all want to have y'all fun, but y'all not built to have fun like that. Sex is meant for reproduction. Y'all get with these guys that y'all don't trust their leadership. You don't respect them enough to be a husband. You hear women say, well, I want to be with oh yeah, I sleep with them, but I do all this freaky stuff, but I don't want to be with them. It's like, what? Do y'all understand when y'all have sex with these guys, your body prepares to have their children? That's a fact. Especially when you let somebody skeet up in you. The body prepares for to have offspring. That semen that stays in you, that affects future offspring. That don't have nothing to do with that male mate. So y'all gotta be careful. Y'all creating a lot of genetic monsters out here. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the current news playlist, check out the Real 101. I appreciate the love, support. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the whole nine. Peace.